save. Okay, now it's public. Period. Hey YouTube. Thanks so much, guys, for coming through. It is Saturday, December 7th. And I wanted to just come real quick so we can talk about some things. So just give me a second. All right. Hey Pink Black Girl. Hey Abiomi. Thanks guys for pulling up. I was just going through this that I want to go like that I want to talk about, and it's not really like a lot. So I was like, should I even come live today? Like I was like, I'm gonna just wait till tomorrow. But then I was like, nah, let me come live. So okay, let me copy this link. All right, we're just live. Wait, what did I swear to God, I literally just I literally just like tweeted this. What was I doing? Okay. All right. Thank you everyone on YouTube. Please like the video. I can see you guys in the chat, so make sure that you you know, pull up on me. Now, why Danny go live as soon as I come live? Of course, everybody want to go live when I go live. Now I'm gonna have to listen to that back. So yeah, like we're gonna literally. So I want to talk about label stuff, okay? And then when I was like, okay, looking at the thing, looking at like what I wanted to talk about, I was like, okay, cool. We can go into a couple of business topics tonight as well, because that is in the spirit, you know, of business or whatever. So here's what I want to do. I want to talk about JT a little bit, then I'll talk about Doechii, talk a little bit about Rock Nation, and then get into Nicki and her label stuff. Okay. So that is the plan. So JT came out with a new shoot today. I don't know if it's on her Instagram, because I just saw it and I was like, why isn't this like, I don't want to say like, why isn't this everywhere? But I'm just like, I was like, I would have not seen this had I not seen it. So let's go to Instagram. And let's see, could I find, did she post it? No. Okay, so JT is still celebrating her birthday. JT. Here, okay. So Nigel's artorial, JT for Complex Magazine. I don't know who this is, but yeah, photographed by Elizabeth de la Piedra. Creative direction by Nigel Simmons. Okay, so this is the person who's posting it, who creative directed it, and styling by Brianna Andalor. So yeah, JT covers Complex Magazine in another photo shoot. I think this is like what, maybe the third or fourth shoot that she has posted this week, and I'm including her personal birthday shoots into that. Pretty done a motherfucking host be looking okay. So it says, we paired JT with a popular IG or Instagram archivist to tell a story that connects the past to the future. So it says, over the past year, JT has emerged as a bona fide fashion force who has used clothes to help shape her identity as a solo artist. Sometimes she leans into more avant-garde territory, donning brands like Rick Owens, Luar, and All In. Other times, she taps into her Miami sensibilities, looking to artists like Jackie O and Trina for inspiration. To commemorate our return to print, we enlisted fashion archivist Nigel Simmons, who runs the popular IG page Nigel's Artorial, to creative direct a shoot inspired by an old Complex photo spread highlighting models from around the world that was published in the August-September 2005 issue. It's a story that Simmons has always been drawn to. It embodies the 2000 sensuality, and vibrance that I was striving for with this concept. Simmons said, I wanted to blend history and modernity in a tasteful way for JT. Okay, so the jacket and pants I think right here is from Off White, shoes by Gianvito Rossi, earrings by Balenciaga, rings by Asake Atelier, stop stylist, top stylist own. Top stylist own. I don't know what that means. Yeah, and here's another photo. Dress by Namila, shoes by Amina Muadi. Muadi, yeah. Jewelry by Jacob and Co. Okay. So yeah, I mean, yeah, 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 yeah. Go JT. Hey Kendrick. Hey Mally. So another shoot. Dope for her. I wonder, like maybe this is like, but she's on what's it called, quality control, Capital, Motown, and stuff like that, so they definitely have PR departments, digital strategy, as well as like brand partnerships where they can help JT. Hopefully they are helping her with this type of stuff and like make these connections to get these types of things. So yeah, and regardless of if they are helping her or not, it's dope because she's still doing it and she's being consistent with it, with growing her presence within the editorial space and fashion, while also doing it simultaneously in music. And hopefully Uzi got some connects too, but who knows, child. Yeah, she's doing what she's supposed to do. So great for her. Great for her. Great for her. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on JT and her fashion and stuff like that. If there's any sort of like JT fashion pages, let me know, because you know how we have like Onika's wardrobe, like how like we go through like what Nicki wears and stuff, like fashion is also important to JT. So yeah, and not just to like advance her celebrity status, because a lot of people like Cardi really use fashion just to like advance their positioning in Hollywood, but you can tell, I can tell when someone is just doing that and when it's really a passion for someone. So since it's really a passion for JT, let's try to keep up with that, okay? And we will, child, because I'll see it here and there. But thank you so much to everyone coming in tonight. We're gonna get into like, now I wanna get into I guess Doechii stuff. So um yesterday we were talking about Doechii's media push and stuff like that, and people are still commenting on it and reacting to it on social media. And so I'm sorry. So I want to see if I can find, okay, here this is. So this tweet got a lot of attention today. Well, yes, it was tweeted yesterday. Oh yeah, it is today. And so it says, Doechii is dope, can rap her ass off, but this push over the past few months seems a little manufactured. And so 151 likes, 438, like quotes, retweets, and stuff like that. But and I think we agree, right? I agree. Well, actually, I don't know if I agree. So, but I wanted to bring this up. So it says, Z says, once again, you're gonna see me reference him a lot because he is an executive at Audio Mac, and he, chimes in on Twitter when it comes to like music business topics and stuff like that. And so, he says, he responds to the tweet saying, the push is how is supposed to look when a talented and hungry and driven artist has the full support of their label and a continued budgetary commitment. So full support of their label, like, in terms of a copyright, in terms of them owning her stuff, but also I think in terms of morale, like when people in the industry talk about like artists and their relationships to their labels, they talk about like you're really supposed to like, they call it as like the building. They say the building, you want the building on your side, you want the building to be in love with you. The building means the literal building where everyone works at the label. And so you want to make sure that you treat everyone with respect, and as an artist, right, you treat everyone with respect. You don't try to like, from the assistants to the interns to the executives, you want to make sure that you treat everybody nicely, you communicate with your label, maybe come and visit the office and stuff like that. Those types of things are, and not only do it like when you're dropping music, those types of things is like how you increase just interest and passion, right? Like if you're working on an artist, like it's one thing to just do a task, and it's another thing to like actually have a relationship and a rapport. I think that's a better word to put, a rapport with the artist. And so what he's saying is that like Doechii, she's a hungry and driven artist and has the full support of her label. She got the building on her side and a continued budgetary commitment. So they're also invested in her financially and stuff like that. So they're always, seems like they're putting out budgets, right? We're seeing her a bit more often. And it's really interesting how like, if I just hate to like, like go down this like conspiracy threshold. I'm sorry, but I like it, and I might say this in another live because I think it's complicated to try to talk about right now. But if I like step back and think about all of the different moves that TDE and their artists have made over the years in preparation for this moment, in preparation for her, Kendrick and SZA to go on this headlining stadium tour. Like when I think about like, remember y'all, and we gonna get to that. It's so like intertwined, like this. So this, yeah. Let me pull up SZA real quick in my bookmarks. So so SZA teased the deluxe track list via Instagram, right? She did this 2 days ago. And so SOS is now 2 years old. It was released literally this week, but in 2022. And so it seems like she is going to drop the deluxe finally next Friday, which is December 13th, right? And so when I think about, how this album is 2 years old, right? First, she said the album, then we getting the deluxe. Then no deluxe. She said she was thinking about making it a third album. And now here we are back at a deluxe. But my thing is like, and if you go through the comments and see what fans are saying, like they're like, but this album is 2 years old, right? So I got to get on to the here. Mind you, SOS released 2 years ago. Why are you still putting out the deluxe to an album that came out 2 years ago? And I definitely got to drag SZA because I would drag Nicki if she did it, bitch. We don't care. Okay? But here's the thing though. You was pump faking a deluxe 6 months after the album was out, but you still took 2 years to put it out. And it seems like a lot of things that's happening in TDE right now is very, very, strategic for this moment to have their artists co-headline a stadium tour. And now all of a sudden, Doechii is everywhere, right? She's everywhere on every mainstream media platform when her album Ben came out over the summertime. Why is she still interviewing like it's her first week? But that's fine. That's fine and dandy. Like no, whatever. Because what Brian is saying, let's go back. What he's saying is that this is how it's supposed to look when a talented and hungry and driven artist has the full support of their label and a continued budgetary commitment. And he is very, very right about that. This is what it's supposed to look like when you have a label and you have their full support. But my thing is like, I don't know. Why now? Why they push the button now? Like, why now? She had a button push when it, the button was pushed, but it wasn't all the way pushed. Because if it was all the way pushed, I think that when Doechii put out her project, let's go to Spotify. When Doechii put out her project, I think I probably would have been on it a little bit more. I feel like there wasn't a lot of promotion for Doechii's project because I knew it was like coming out or whatever, but I ain't really, for some reason, it just wasn't really on my radar like that. I Hate Your Girlfriend, October 18th. When is that? Oh, that was some time ago. I don't know okay, whatever. So she had a feature. Okay, cool. So this was released August 30th. August. That was 4 months ago. Okay. Now, yes, back in the day, artists used to work their projects. They used to do interviews and stuff like that. Yeah. Whoop-de-doo. We got it. But once again, when I put it together with like, why they start pushing the button now? Yeah, they pushed the button when the project came out, but it seemed like they had an extra button to push. And it seems like they was waiting. They put out this project. in time to, submit her for the Grammys, get the nomination so that they can push the button. All right. And now that's very much perfectly aligning with what Kendrick and SZA got going on. And everybody gonna come together at the Grammys, and then they gonna come together at the Super Bowl, and then they gonna come together at the stadium tour. So I don't know. All of it is just really, really interesting. It's just interesting. And I really hope Doechii don't come out the side of her neck and say nothing slick to Nicki on no song, because I understand like using um and honestly, and this, I'm gonna get to this part, right? Like it really don't matter at this point, like how you use these girls against the barbs or whatever, whether it's positive or negative, because here, we've been clocking it or whatever, right? So earlier, a couple of hours ago, I saw this tweet, and it says, the same week Barb's randomly choose to complain about Nicki's music and looks is the same week Dotch Flop is pushed in this algorithm. Noted. So I'm just like, girl, like, please get fucking life. Like, okay, I understand, and we could be all on the same boat. A lot of things is looking wonky over there in TDE right now, but I'm not about to sit up here and be like, "Oh, Barb's are complaining, so ha ha ha, they're pushing." Like, like they're like, let's not do all of that. Like, let's not get too far. Like, this is when y'all start to be sounding crazy, okay? Like, so. And let's make sure that we make these issues separate. A lot of people have issues with the state of Nicki music right now, and that make sure that's a separate issue. That ain't based on nobody else. Okay, so that's a separate conversation that we're not going to talk about right now, but it is a conversation. And if we having a conversation, don't take my feedback regarding Nicki stuff and try to put that into Doechii, child. Me and Nicki got a separate relationship, okay? Don't make anything that I put on Nicki in relation to if I like or dislike somebody else, child. My opinion on Nicki has to do with Nicki and what Nicki is doing. So let's make sure that we keep this shit, separate, because this is the thing. Here are Barb's bringing Doechii, right, into the Barb's algorithm just for the sake of making a prediction so that somebody could say that y'all was right in the end. See, so I had to quote this shit and say, yo, shut up, because all y'all Barbs do is just stay on the timeline. We can clock and say, yes, something is looking fishy over there. But the issue with y'all is that y'all start becoming a fan, right? And that's why, like, it doesn't matter if the labels are pitting the girls up with Nicki, say I love Nicki or I hate Nicki, because as soon as they do something, the Barbs, y'all are gonna stay on their ass and you're gonna clock their every movement, and whether it's positive or negative, you giving bitches attention, y'all clocking everything that she's doing, and you keeping her in the algorithm stronger, and you just making her stronger. Y'all literally just make her stronger. I don't understand. We're in the very beginning stages of whatever is to happen with Doechii's push, and right now it's just sit back and clock the shit and take notes. Y'all don't need to be doing all of this extra shit on the timeline, because I had to quote this shit saying be quiet, because y'all think that y'all be trying to predict some shit and all you doing is laying out the pink print. Okay? If I'm working at a label, all I gotta do is be like, oh, you know what? Wow, yeah, the Barbs were random. We're complaining about Nicki's music. Well, maybe, yeah, you know what? Let's actually start pushing Doechii. Yeah, let's actually start pushing Doechii. That's all y'all do. All y'all do is y'all do the marketing people job for them. Shut up and sit back and watch this shit play out. Because if you know that you cannot be touched, that you cannot be used by no label, I ain't gotta say shit about it. We about to see. This is what's I heard. I seen another tweet earlier where somebody said this is about to be the 8th time that they put a bitch up against Nicki. All right, cool. Well, if we seen this time and time and time and time and time and time again, the shit shouldn't phase you, bitch. When I see this shit, bitch, I scroll past. I don't care. But it seems like y'all care so much that y'all have to clock every single little movement. And the amount of times you talk about her and say, oh, we not doing, Doechii doing that, Doechii doing that, you still clocking her and you still giving her attention. So everybody calm down. Everybody just stand down. All we got to do is observe. Because if the labels is smart, they're going to take another route. And that's one of the themes of tonight. Rock Nation is the new Atlantic Records. And just like how, a couple of months ago when we started talking about all of this, I told y'all, all these label executives is doing is sitting back, watching the previous label do it, fail, and knowing how to do it better. So if Jay-Z was really watching how Atlantic did and said, okay, this is where we effed up, because we brought a bitch, we signed her because she had a body, gave her payola, everything to be successful or whatever, but the bitch not really an artist. So it's like, damn, we really fucked up. Jay-Z did the exact opposite. He did the same thing. He's propping the bitch up, giving her payola, giving her all of these bots. The only difference between Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion is that Megan can actually rap. They're doing the same thing. So if you can't be used and you recognize that they're doing the same thing, why y'all phased? Why do y'all keep feeding it? Let this shit roll off your back and watch this shit and laugh, because we know the bitch gonna flop anyway. We know she's gonna flop. NT ways. So yeah, think about that. Y'all want to make it seem like y'all predicting shit. Y'all giving the marketing team the whole fucking play, bitch. The whole play all day. Yeah, let's go on Twitter and see what the barbs are complaining about today. Yeah, nobody other than you was talking about that. Here's the next tweet. Oh, that's not. Hold on. Why is shit not? Okay. So this says, why are y'all letting the industry use y'all again? It's literally the same old playbook, just a different girl. Let's put a tweet out there comparing so-and-so to Nicki. Make it go viral so Barbs can push the tweet even more. The blogs start posting, then boom, we got beef. And that's exactly, what they're doing. Then they said, then the bitches start feeding off Nicki's algorithm like termites, thanks to the help of the Barbs. Same fucking strategy, just a different girl. Wake up. And that's the point, is that like in the beginning, when it was Lotto, when it was Megan, when it was all of the other girls in the beginning, the difference was from then to now is that in the beginning, they made it seem like you have to say, I love Nicki, I love Nicki, I love Nicki, I'm a Barb, yes. But now they realize after Lotto, oh, we don't need these bitches to say they love Nicki, bitch. Whether you love the bitch or hate the bitch, we could still use her. Okay? And that's what they doing when y'all sit up there making tweets like this. Bitches, this is only the beginning. If y'all can't take it now, shit, we ain't even got to Grammy week yet. We ain't even got to the Super Bowl yet. And let's see what happens when this stadium tour start. So y'all better sit the fuck back, eat your popcorn. We all have a front row seat, but don't clock it too much. Cause you clock it too much, you putting up the whole thing. My nigga, if the feds is watching you for a RICO, you gonna give them a case, or you gonna move swiftly? Which one is it? Because y'all the ones who love to say we playing chess, not checkers, but we put up our every move. That's not what I do. Okay, you ain't catching me. So think about which one you want to do, which one you want to be. You want to give them the PinkPrint, or you want to let these bitches work? So Abiomi says, I did see what they tried. Doechii, I read that already. Seems like Med promo slowed down. Hers picked up. Crying. I'm just saying. All right, cool. And everything they put a female rapper against Nicki, their rap careers be over every single time. Facts. We know the bitch gonna flop, so let her flop. The fuck? I'm eating a cough drop real quick. Hold on. All right. Okay. So I'm done with this. So Barb strategy. So yeah, Barbs, change up your strategy, okay? Is Doechii's push organic or not? You let me know how you feel in the comments, and y'all let me know how y'all feel like the Barb should be moving, okay? Let me know. Let me the fuck know. Now, once we are here to discuss Atlantic Records, Rock Nation becoming the Atlantic Records, okay? So 5 hours ago, it's the second tracking week for GNX by Kendrick Lamar, the album. He sold 164,000 in his first week. He was going to come in at number 1, but Taylor Swift did something and ended up selling over 403,000. Okay, I think she dropped some vinyls or whatever. So he got blocked from the number 1 spot. That's good for you, okay? But here is the motherfucking tweet. Chart Data, y'all doing absolutely too much. Y'all doing way more than Atlantic was doing, okay? This shit says, and people been clocking it, okay? Have y'all been clocking the shit that Chart Data been doing? So it says Kendrick Lamar's GNX would have already crossed 1 million total units in the US if Not Like Us was included on the album. Since when do we talk about what could be with stats, bitch? What could be? Had he included it on the album, it would have. We don't do that. What they said, we made the biggest impact. Check the spreadsheets. We only report what's been printed in black and white on the spreadsheets. How are we reporting on stats that don't exist? This y'all going way too far now. Y'all going way too far. How many times y'all gonna post coulda, shoulda, woulda stats? Y'all can't be serious. This says Cardi B would be the next female rapper if Nicki Minaj and Doechii didn't exist as tweet. Could have been record stat. Y'all are running out of fake stats to make. That's a motherfucking fact. That's a fact. Khalil responded as well. He's saying the exact same thing that I did. Why was this even posted? So it's really interesting how academics keeps on saying that, like, oh, Kendrick has a great PR team, a great PR team, a great PR team. Like, I know because I've worked with them and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, academics actually got on Rock Nation and Jay-Z last night. Did y'all see? But like, he's never said it. And what's interesting, he's throwing shots at Jay-Z because Rhapsody in the freestyle that we watched last night was throwing shots at academics. So he played it last night and responded to her and said, yo, you talking about my open cases, but what about all of the open cases that who the person you signed to, Jay-Z, got? Why don't we talk about that or whatever? So it's really interesting how academics is sending shots at Jay-Z and Rock Nation. And then, but, he says Kendrick Lamar's PR team is good. I don't know if it's good as in it's effective. I think that's what he's saying. It's effective. Kendrick PR is on point. We can all agree on that, right? Even if we don't like him. It's on point. He doing what he supposed to do, putting up stats, stadium tour. You can't compete with that, all right? And so, but I wonder, is Kendrick Lamar's PR Rock Nation? I don't know. But there's a lot of funny shit going on over there at TDE. And I don't like this because we could do, oh yeah, the first rapper to do this, make what shit up, whatever you want. I'd rather you say, yo, Kendrick Lamar is the first rapper over 5 feet to go 1 million in a day. I don't care. But to talk about something that doesn't exist, that hasn't happened yet, it would have crossed 1 million if not like us. We don't care. It wasn't included. Okay? So this is fraud. And y'all need to stop. Rock Nation, y'all need to pipe down. Pipe all the way down. It's giving very much Bot Nation. So here is this week's the top 10 on the Billboard 200 album chart. Once again, Kendrick Lamar number 2 at number 106, with 164 units sold this week. Taylor Swift at number 1 with 403,000. Juice WRLD, is he debuting on the chart this week at number 4? He gotta be, bitch, because in his second week he will not be selling 88K. So yeah, I guess Juice WRLD is debuting at number 4 with 88K sold. Whoop-de-doo for him. Y'all know, Nicki on that album or whatever. So congrats. But you saw Axe Live, child. Where is Nicki's PR team? Non-existent, child. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah. So it says, okay, we went through that. All right, I think we went through most of the shit. Yeah, I just wanted to show like how they doing some. Oh, this is the thing. Okay, so remember I was so mad. I was pissed about this Kendrick and SZA tour or whatever. So I was talking to Danny and the guys over there. A lot of them is Team OVO, whatever. So they really going in, like how the Barbs be going in on Megan's touring and shit. Like they doing the same thing. And basically what I learned was that they was like, oh no, don't be too mad because Kendrick and SZA, they're not selling the whole stadium. They're only selling like the floor, but like I'm hearing that they've blocked off. Let's just go through this tweet because one of them did this, breaking down the numbers. He's an accountant. So here is one of the stadiums. The capacity is 49,000. Kendrick Lamar and SZA is only selling a max 2/3 of the stadium per below. Section 147 not for sale as it's behind the stage. So 147 is here. It's not on sale as it's behind the stage. So this is giving the stage. Okay, so the stage goes out into the floor. Megan had a similar stage, the floor, whatever. All right, cool. So not for sales behind the stage. The stadium tour only selling 32.8 thousand tickets and not close to selling out yet. 1 out of 3. Okay, so all right, not close to selling out. Drake's, it's all a blur. supposed arena tour did an average of 33.9 thousand tickets per stop, fully sold out. Check the stats, check the data, check the stage placement and the actual ticket sales before we want to call it tour stadium versus arena. So they are clocking Kendrick and SZA down, okay? OVO is clocking Kendrick and SZA down, and I can't even be mad, okay? Because they're really not doing the full arena or whatever. And honestly, like it's the same thing how like Megan went on tour and she was not selling her full arena either. So once again, Rock Nation people over there, they doing this fake shit about, you know, like really trying to prop up their artists to put them on these tours to make them seem bigger than what they are. Man, again, if Drake really wanted to do a stadium tour, he would sell that whole shit out. He would sell it out to the point where when Drake go on tour, his stage, he sells every seat, because Drake's stage is not like most stages. Drake's stage is like a circular thing where it's so it's like everybody, like every seat is sold. It's not how like you have a stage like even how Nicki stage, so no one can be in the back because they would not be able to see. No, Drake's stage is like the exact opposite. It's just literally a floor or whatever, so that he can just walk around and like literally look in every direction so they can sell every seat, because that's just like how big of an artist Drake is, that he needs to be able to sell every seat. So his stage has to be flat. Everybody else stage can have whatever, because no other artist, you know, I don't want to say no other artist, but who else does it, you know, outside of outside of Drake. Beyonce can't even do it, you know. So yeah, let's just, you know, we made the biggest impact. Check the spreadsheets, ho. Check the spreadsheets, okay? Y'all want to outdo Young Money so bad and can't even sell out the full motherfucking place that you renting out. If you're not selling at least 75% of a stadium or of whatever, like how much are you even profiting for booking it? How much does it cost to book a stadium? And then that's why y'all tickets is mad expensive, right? That nobody's gonna buy. I hope people don't buy it, because are y'all really even gonna break even? You should sell more of the stadium. Anyway, Drake can do a stadium tour if he wanted to, but clearly he doesn't care. Yeah, he don't care. And I don't know how I feel about that for real, but whatever. But Young Money should have still, you know, had that or whatever. Anyway, so Bot Nation, go ahead. All right, so let's move on to the Nicki side of things. Oh man, I don't know if they're ready for this. Shout out everybody on YouTube. Not Young Money Washed Up. Fuck you. How about that? Thanks for coming through though. Like the video. Drake is gonna sell Block 1. Shut up. You lucky I'm in a good mood tonight, because I'm entertaining your dumb ass. All right, don't come on my shit talking about it's Young Money to the death of me. All right, fuck TDE, fuck PG Lang, fuck Jay-Z, fuck Rock Nation, fuck all of y'all. Like, it's really fuck all of y'all. Like, y'all y'all want to see me crash out. Y'all want to see me crash out, like, for real. I'm getting into my cupcake bag, okay, bitch. So before let's get into my cupcake bag, okay? Because you bitches could never outstream me, ho. So this is for all of you bitches. We talked about this last night. But this is for all of you hoes. Before we get into this heavy on it tea, this is for all of you hoes that be having some shit to say in the comments about me being a fake barb, about me being a paid mole bitch. Screenshot this shit right now and post it up on social media. Tag me, and then I want you to take a screenshot of your Spotify rap and tag me in it too. Oh, and make sure you tag Nicki and tag everybody. Tag everybody in your top 5, okay? Tag everybody. Tag all of the artists. I want y'all to know you can't compete with me, okay? When it comes to streaming, when it comes to supporting Nicki Minaj. So pipe the fuck down in my comment section and keep it the fuck cute, all right? I'm only gonna say it once. But I'm just trolling. I'm just trolling because I'm in a good mood, all right? So let's keep it that way. I'm not really trolling because, yeah, it's fuck y'all, you know? Fuck y'all. If you need it in color, here it is as well. Take a screenshot. Number 1, Nicki Minaj. Number 2, Take Cobain. Who? Top subject of tonight. Number 3, Uzi. Number 4, Future. Number 5, Lourdes. And the only reasons why all of these hoes is in my motherfucking top 5 is because Nicki got collabs with them, and it's because I stream in Stationhead. Okay. Top 5 songs: FTCU, Everybody, Bigfoot, Barbie Dangerous, R&B. Wow, it's giving all Pink Friday too. Everything released in 2024. Bitch, whether this shit is accurate or not about what I was really listening to, bitch, it's more than you, ho. Okay. And you know what? I meant went to take a screenshot of my station head so y'all can see, and I've been streaming in there for 500 days. So before you open your mouth, if you got anything to say about me, make sure that you have these screenshots, okay? And record this too, and send it to whoever. Send it to Nicki, bitch. Send it to whoever. Your parents, since y'all give that much of a fuck, hoe, because I'm sure your numbers ain't looking like mine. NT-Ways, once again, I'm in a good mood today. Oh, Crystal is in here. So anyway, let's move on to the heavy on the tea. All right. Woo! All right, let's go to the channel. It's because a couple days ago, it's about to be a week, right? So I uploaded this. Nicki celebrates her first ever project release on her new label. So everything that I'm about to say is already in here. It's already on the channel. It was all recorded. So that's why I asked people to go and listen to it before I came live, so that you can already be in the know with what was said in this station head. Okay, so go listen to that. That is your homework. So hold on, before we get there, let's do some promo. Okay, let's go on. This is Nicki's website. Nicki put more merch in celebration of the PinkPrint 10th anniversary. So make sure that you guys put your orders in for anything that you want on your website, on her website. Put in your orders by December 10th, which is literally in 2-3 days from now, if you want the shit before New Year's. Okay, for standard delivery by December 24th. Okay, because on a lot of the shit, this says, let's go to the PinkPrint 10th anniversary. Okay, is my mouse on? Okay, yeah, okay. So what? Why it's not showing? Am I doing something wrong? Home. Why it's not showing the full merch collection? Okay, so Nicki put out a new merch collection for her merch, and we was going through it last night when after we got off of YouTube on playback. Child, I want this truffle butter dish so bad, child, but I'm not paying no $50 for that. And child, let me tell you this right here. Record this shit right here and send it to Nicki. And I know Nicki can't really do too much about it, because a lot of artists merch is really priced the same, because really most of this shit is dictated by the label or whatever. But it's like, this merch is way too expensive, like, and it's certain shit that I'm just not gonna buy. Like, I know that hat right there is not worth $35. That quality is not worth $35. I'm sorry. Not buying a lighter for more than $10, child. Not buying no butter dish for $50. Like, you're not getting me. I wish I would, but I'm not. I'm just not. And these designs ain't that great enough for me to even want to spend that much money on this shit. I remember when merch used to be like what I remember, and my favorite item to buy in merch is hoodies. I love hoodies, so I'm always looking for a good hoodie. I'm always gonna buy a hoodie, and I bought mad hoodies from this year from Nicki, and that's why I know, because I remember. And child, you remember last night we was talking about I need to wear my Queen hoodie, so I was wearing my Queen hoodie today. And I bought my Queen hoodie when the Queen album came out, and during that time hoodies were $35 to $40, probably even $45. Now, when Nicki was on break, these past couple years, she wasn't really releasing music, but she was still putting merch out, like, for example, like the Queen radio merch, or them hoodies went up to $60, bitch. Now hoodies is $95. Okay, a hoodie. You lucky this shit is good quality. Yo, Nicki hoodies really do be good quality, but once again, I ain't even, because a lot of artists, hoodies be the same shit. It's the same shit, but different label on it, because like all the artists, look. What is it? 2024 Nicki Minaj store. Oh, child, it ain't say shit, but like, this is UMG, this Republic Records or whatever. So everybody merch gonna be the same shit, okay? But yeah, no, I'm not feeling these prices, and no, I'm just not it. It's not it. Like, I bought this is what I got in my cart right now. So I be putting shit in my cart. This is what the shit that I want, but I'm just not paying. I'm not. But I bought, like, a lot of the most expensive merch this what's it called, this year, buying the Gag City varsity jacket, all these hoodies, the flag, child. I didn't spend way too much money, child. Like, it's not, but anyway, y'all go buy y'all merch. I'll put the link in the description of the video, and send me some money, because I want to buy merch too, but I don't want to buy it with my, please. It's Christmas, all right? Give me something for all of the tea that I've been giving y'all all year. So, okay, let me keep this tab up. So let's get into it now, all right? So last week, Tate Cobain, on Nicki's label, allegedly, he releases a mixtape, his first tape on the label. the fuck is this? Here it is. Okay, here's his page. So make sure y'all follow Tate Cobain on all platforms and definitely go and check out his music or whatever. And actually, his merch is really cool. He dropped some merch as well. I think his merch is dope. I like these designs. Now that's some shit I might spend. That's giving. Okay, I'll spend a good $50 on that. But once again, artist merch is expensive. One of these shits, one of these pieces, the hoodie alone probably costs like 50. And I'm sorry, like they gotta make their profit. But I'm sorry, child. Whatever. Shay said, I love my Barb sweatshirt from summer 24 collection. It was over 100, but really nice patches for the letters. Facts. Yeah. It's a bit pricey. Facts. Key. You're pathetic. Once again, you lucky I'm in a good mood today. So yeah, so Tate really drops a project. Look at him promoting his shit yesterday, and wearing his merch, and y'all see what's going on or whatever. So shout out to Tate. Congratulations to Tate. I have not listened to the full project yet because I don't feel like it, and I'll get it at some point, but not right now. So he releases a project, right? And I said, I think it's going to say heavy on it, and it does. And so where should I start? Okay, so him and Nicki, they go live together. Well, Tate goes live on Station Head last Sunday to promote his project, and he's been doing that like on Station Head. He'll go live and promote his stuff. I mean, and just spend time with fans, right? So actually, let's hear a little bit of this. I like this song. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. And I just heard the snippet on his Instagram. I ain't even heard the full song yet, but I'm gonna go listen to that. Like I really like that song. I like how melodic he is, and I like, the lyrics. So yeah, I'm feeling that one. So yeah, he released a project. He goes live on Station Head. So make sure y'all do follow him on Station Head because he been going live on Station Head. Hey Capricorn, he been going live on Station Head for mad long. He talking about his print, and not often. I'm sorry, let me focus. So he's been on Station Head here and there, not much in the recent months, but he came on to promote his stuff. And so he comes on Station Head last Sunday. I get a notification. You said, who is this? This is Tate Cobain. This is Nicki artist. And he's also a producer, songwriter, and he's helped her on songs like Barbie Dangerous, Red Ruby. Look up the credits. He's been Fractions, right? He's been working with Nicki at least since 2021, 2020, because he was instrumental in producing Fractions. Okay, so and now obviously Nicki really liked him, so she ended up signing him so that they can work closely together, and he helps her on her music as well as he wrote My Life, right? And his music as well, and he has some pretty good stuff. I checked out his like earlier projects, and Nicki had announced her artists like when she released Red Ruby in March 2023 on Queen Radio. And unfortunately, ain't none of them artists signed with her, but that's when we really knew for certain that Nicki was at least mentoring Tate, right? So Tate is one of those artists where he survived the storm. All year in 2024, we've been talking about like, who's signed to Nicki, who's not signed to Nicki. And she said like people who have feature credit on her album Pink Friday 2 are the ones that were signed. Well, Tate and Lourdes have feature credit, and yes, they have put out music, and Nicki still seems to want to work with them in some sort of capacity. Has the question then became, who is actually legally signed to Nicki? Because Nicki said herself that there has been no meeting with Republic yet. So she has not had up until that date. She said, we have not had our official meeting with Republic yet. The artists haven't met Republic. They haven't really signed their contract. So being that they haven't met with Republic, that told me that like they really don't have any paperwork. The contract is not signed. And so, but cool. We went through the rest of the year or whatever. So Nicki comes on Tate Station Head last week. I get a notification and I pull up. I recorded it for y'all and I put it on the channel. If you didn't hear it, it's right here. Go listen to it. Listen for yourself. Okay, so don't get mad about nothing that I'm about to say. So I just went to listen back to it right before I came here so that I could have my notes to tell y'all. So here is the conversation that Nicki and Tate had, and here are some important points that I wanted to talk to you guys about. So the first thing, Nicki did not know the title of the project, right? She asked him like, what is this project called? Okay, got it. So I'm like, okay, uh, interesting. So then she asked him, like, when did you like release that? It seemed like she didn't really know, like for real, when it came out. It seems like she knew that it was out, but she didn't know for like for certain, like, oh, when did it come out, or whatever. Anyway, then he tells her like, oh, like, she asked him like, or she asked the barbs that was in there, because it was only like 100 or four, I don't really remember, but not a lot of people, right? So she asked everyone like, so what's everyone's favorite song? So people saying this their favorite song. So then Tate says, I actually have a song, called Nicki or whatever. So I knew that he had a song named Nicki Minaj on the tape. And then Nicki was like, oh yeah? Oh yeah, I need to put my headphones in. I need to listen to this. And I'm like, what? Nicki, how you don't know that your artist released a whole project and you don't know this? Like, what? Like, this is not adding up right now. So I'm like, okay, so here his song, called Nicki Minaj or whatever. It's 14 songs or whatever. So yeah. So listen to this. So then um Nicki says, how many songs is on the project or whatever. She wasn't familiar with the music. So I was like, so I wrote, he could have been promoting trash with your name on it and you didn't know nothing about this drop. And so then she was like, oh, I saw you on. So I was like, oh, let me drop in. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I saw Nicki liking his post about the music that he was putting out, and I was like, all right, cool. Like, that's a good sign, right? That Nicki knows what's going on. But clearly, like, she was just liking shit, and she knew that he was dropping, but she didn't really know much about the project. And I'm like, just drop it in, child. He probably texted you, like, cut to come on, whatever. And she's probably posted his project here and there, like on her stories and stuff. But I wanted to know like what she was gonna do. Hold on. Excuse me. Being that this is the first artist that's releasing a project on your label. And anyway, so then I'm like, Nicki seems to not know what's going on. So he says like, oh, like the barbs are helping him with the technological side. Like the barbs are telling him, like, she's like, oh, like, can we get this on iTunes so that they can buy it or whatever? And I'm like, Nicki, like, what? Like, how do you know this stuff? Like, what is going on right now? Like, and so she says, she asked him like how many songs is on the project, and he says 14, and she's like, oh, what she said again? I can't remember, but it's like, it makes you think that like, had they had a meeting about this like you were supposed to, she would have told him to not put out 14 songs at once, because nobody really knows you like that. Like, nobody really cares about your music like that to sit there and listen to 14 songs, even though he has put out a project already. Like, you ain't, I feel like even though he was putting out songs here and there, like the street's not really wet enough for you for all of that. But anyway, he did what he wanted to do. He put out 14 songs or whatever. Obviously she ain't got no big of a problem with it, but I'm just saying, you can tell that by her response. Had they had this meeting before, he would have not put out 14 songs. But all right, cool. So then he says the barbs is helping him with the technological side. Then Nicki gives him feedback on the song, and she tells him, I would switch a verse to bring the ending sooner, and she gives him like musical advice, which I think that this is cool because it really represents, I felt like I was sitting down. I was in the studio with them, and this was cool because it literally felt like we're having a studio session. This is what the type of conversation a label and their artists would be having if they're sending music to their label to see what their feedback is before they start working on it, before they really get into putting it out. But my thing is, we're doing this feedback after the music is already out, and it's like, okay, like, that's not what is supposed to be giving. So anyway, she gives him that. I think it's cool, but at the same time, this is not really supposed to be happening here right now. Y'all should have been had this conversation 2 months ago. Cool. She asked him in 3 words, how do you describe the what's it called, the project, right? And he says vulnerable, heartfelt, and emotional. Dope. And then he says no strings attached is his favorite song, so that's what you're looking at right now. That's the one that I said I like. So which is probably why he's promoting it. And Nicki gave him positive feedback on the music and stuff like that, so that's also good. Also cool, studio session or whatever. And then she asked him how many samples or how many songs don't have samples on the project. And so he says only 3 songs on the project have samples. So then she was like, oh, okay, that's good. That's good. Meaning like it actually gives you some insight as to how artists think and labels think about sampling, right? Like some people will say like, some of their criticism on Nicki's Pink Friday 2 was that there were too many samples. Some of my criticism has been like, and I'm not talking like this actually matters. I'm just saying in general, like it doesn't even matter. But yeah, so and you know how like the conversation these days amongst fans be like, oh my God, artists sample music too much. Da, 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 da. So it's really interesting how like Nicki was like, oh, that's good. You only have 3 samples. Meanwhile, she put like 10 samples on her last project. I'm like, yo, that's funny. You funny. But okay, understandable. Less samples. But hey, here's my thing. I don't know what kind of samples Tate got on his project because I ain't listened to it. But like, did he clear the samples? Did he clear it on his own? Obviously, Nicki didn't help him clear it because she didn't even know the samples was on the project. So are you putting out samples that like you're paying for? Are you paying for it on the back end? Like, what's really like, what is the business behind this? You know, because obviously Nicki doesn't know anything about it. So then she says, I'll listen to the project and let you know my favorites and get back to you by tonight. So this was said on Sunday. Okay. It is Saturday. Okay. So now, so then Tate, you know, he expresses excitement, like, oh my God, Nicki Minaj just came into my station head. And I'm like, Tate, like, like that's how we would be as fans. Like you know, and it's not really a bad thing because even if I was signed to Nicki, I would feel that way as well because it's different. Like getting Nicki's co-sign like live, like in the moment, like that's dope, you know, for anybody. So even if I was signed to Nicki, I would still have the same reaction. So congratulations to Take dope. But I was like, this is whatever. Now for those of you who was not there or you didn't know, people are still expecting Nicki to release a deluxe 2 Pink Friday 2 this Friday, December 13th, because she said that that's what she was doing, child. But in this conversation, Tate said to Nicki, like they were literally just in conversation, and he just said, oh yeah, Nicki, like we can't wait for like the 13th because, you know, he didn't even say the deluxe. He's like, yeah, we can't wait for the 13th. Nicki says, yeah, I don't know about that, and I'm not gonna talk about it right now. So a lot of people, once again, not a lot of barbs were in there, so a lot of people don't know that that's what Nicki said. And yeah, so we might not be getting a deluxe on Friday, the Pink Friday 2. We're most likely not. It is Nicki's birthday in a couple of hours, honestly. So let's you know, say happy birthday to Nicki, send her well wishes. And being that like allegedly Nicki is on vacation right now in Turks. She's on an island right now, as she should be. And so with all of that happening, her birthday, being out of the country, and her at one like a week before the expected release, you're not even sure that you're even gonna release. If you're not sure that you're gonna release, that means that like even if you were going to release, you don't even know what you're going to release. That's what that told me. Okay, and that's a problem. How are we less than 2 weeks before release and you don't know what you're about to put out? Now, I'm gonna cut her some slack because, and I'm getting off topic because I wasn't even supposed to be talking about this right now, but you know, she gave us 4 new songs on the PinkPrint Deluxe or whatever, and that's fine and dandy. But since that's not what you said, what you was gonna do, but I cool. I'm not. Once again, I ain't gonna talk about it right now because whether the deluxe come on Friday, this Friday, we'll talk about it then. So I'll let her off the hook for now. Anyway, so that was, I just want to say that for the barbs for anybody who's expecting a deluxe, I ain't say it wasn't coming. She didn't say it wasn't coming. She just said she don't know and she not talking about it. Okay, let's leave that there. Now, okay, so here's what I did, right? So here's the real tea. So everybody hold your horses, calm down, all right? And I'm just giving you the shit that I be finding, okay? So I had to record this. I had to record the conversation in order to put it on YouTube. So when I go back, I usually don't record music because you cannot play music on YouTube, right? But something told me to leave the music in my recording and upload it to YouTube so I could see something. So I could see, because we see, let's look right here. I'm showing you guys everything because it don't take no special powers to do this shit. All right. I'm gonna make it big. Screenshot this. It says heavy on it. Copyright 2024, heavy on it. All right? P for the P line. Now remember, you know what? I'm not gonna say it yet. Let's keep going. So it says heavy on it here, right? On Spotify. All right, cool. It might say heavy on it on Apple Music as well. You go look this shit up right now and you tell me what it says. But cool. It says heavy on it. I lit. So what I did was I recorded the conversation right here that Nicki had with Tate, And when you're on station head, you're playing music at the same time. So I left the music in the recording and I uploaded it to YouTube so that I would see if YouTube was going to recognize it and copyright me for the music. Because I just want to see, like what's going to happen. Is this music really copyrighted and who owns it? Okay. So I'm going to show you again right here. It says heavy on it. All right. Now we're going to go to, I'm going to show you a screenshot. So here is my screenshots. And here is me uploading the here's me uploading this recording to YouTube. And here is how YouTube acts when it catches copyrighted material when you're uploading. And you probably can't see it on playback here, but in the bottom right of the screen it says return to upload. Okay, on my screen it says return to upload, if you can see that. And so I'm just letting you know that this is before I even make the shit public. I uploaded it with the music. YouTube said copyright and I had to cut it out before I even made it public for y'all to go listen to. So when you listen to it, you're not going to hear the music. So with copyrights, and what does it say? Now, usually when your music gets copyrighted on YouTube, it's going to tell me the name of the song and who owns the song, whether it's the artist and or label. Okay. This happens quite often. It just happened again last night because we were listening to Megan Thee Stallion and then I played some Doja Cat. Sorry. So I got hit with another copyright claim just this morning. I mean, so, this is nothing new. Right. And so I look at this, but what do you see on this? It's telling you who owns the music, right? It says Take Cobain and the title of the song. Where is heavy on it? Let's go back to Spotify. It's heavy on it. Now remember, what did I tell you last week when we started talking about the lawsuit for Drake and Universal, right? And I told you guys what I heard people saying in the industry that work in streaming, that you can manipulate the P line. The P line is where we all go to see what label it's coming from. So I'm just seeing this for the first time. So it says copyright 2024 heavy on it, and here P 2024 heavy on it. But here's the thing, you can manipulate that. So really, what does this mean, guys? It means that, once again, it doesn't belong to heavy on it. Okay? It doesn't belong to heavy on it. Not officially, not legally. Nicki has no jurisdiction over this music. This means that Tate Cobain still owns his music and that he is not legally signed to heavy on it, which we knew that. Okay? But then why does it say heavy on it here? Once again, they can go in, and this is what I think happened. Okay, so everybody calm down. This is what happened. Nicki and Tate, because Nicki made it such a big deal this year. Oh, who's signed to me, who's not signed to me? Fans was arguing over different female rappers, JT, and it got crazy. And I think that it got so crazy, the conversation got so crazy to an extent where Nicki probably told Tate, you know what? Because they're trying to drop. Tate and Lourdes want to drop, but you see, they're not really dropping like that. And I think that Tate is very, very, like persistent. I think that he's like on Nicki ass, like, Nicki, I want to drop. And because you see how Tate dropped more than Lourdes. Lourdes has only really dropped one song, okay? And that song, let's go to Lourdes. That song, do not say heavy on it. Let's pull it up. Ooh, the shit say Lourdes music, okay? None of Nicki's artist music say her label. So what does that tell me? It tells me that they still own their shit. It tells me that they're not signed. So, but why though? Why does Tate get to use heavy on it and not Lourdes? So this is what I think happened. I think that Nicki was like, yo, the Barbs is on my ass. They want to know, they want to see heavy on it, which is why when Nicki made her album announcement the other week when Kendrick dropped, and the same Friday that let's go, I'm gonna pull it up. Let's go to bitch move. I really don't even know, like, okay, here it is. So she says, 2 weeks ago, she said 2025 equal official new album, heavy on it, Republic. So This, I think, is Nicki's way of really telling the Barbs, like, Barbs, I know y'all waiting. Don't worry. It's going to say heavy on it. We coming. We working. Da, 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 da. It ain't solidified now, but it will be solidified next year. Okay. And so, once again, let's come back to here. I think that Nicki told Tate, yo, the Barbs is on my ass. They want to see da, 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 da. Yo, you got my permission. Even though we not legally signed yet, go in and put heavy on it just so they could shut the fuck up. That's dead ass what Nicki did, bro. Okay? That's dead ass what they did. Okay? I'm just letting you know that according to who really owns the copyright, it's right here. So I'm just gonna pause and read your comments and get caught up, okay? Crystal says she a silent watcher. I haven't heard nothing from Nicki before it came out. Or your label, yeah. Finally, I always said Nicki should go on a vacation somewhere tropical. Seems like she does a vacation, but she don't, because they had to get permission from, for Zoo to travel, which is why we even know where they are right now. But I'm not gonna get into that. So I'm gonna see what people are saying on YouTube. Nicki needs to hold off on her label until she's ready to focus. That's a fact. My Life is my favorite song from Pink Friday 2. Dope. All right, cool. I like that song, R&B. Yeah, that's my favorite song. Those are the mysteries of the industry that I question. How does it work? How can Chloe folks sign to people and they not really be around? Well, child, that's a lot of things. It's just a lot. You do samples when you can afford to buy them. Ooh, when you are a new artist, sampling can be expensive. Facts. I told y'all she wasn't dropping the deluxe. You did say that, Cap. I'm still loving PinkPrint 10th year anniversary. Well, that's good for you. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that with everybody because, yeah, child, we be wanting to know. We be wanting to know, child. So, even though like paperwork not really signed yet, we still support Tate and stuff like that. I told him to update the link in his bio. Let's see if he did it. I told him to update. See, he didn't do it, child. I told him to update the link in his bio, so that we could, because he only got Apple Music on there. What's this? Here, I said, Tate, please update the link in your bio with a master link to all platforms. I have Spotify. I like to be able to put the link for all platforms in my YouTube videos to promote. And I said, congrats, heavy on it, knowing damn well. I said this after I found out what I just told y'all. So he responded, will do. Okay, child, did you do it yet, child? Because it's not there. Okay, so update the bio because you only got Apple Music, child. Don't the whole world don't have Apple Music. And yeah, this is the stuff that a label should be helping you with. But we're the label at this point. The Barbs are the label. So is Tate the only one signed under her label? I can't answer that question. If you want to for real answer legally, no. I mean, yes. I mean, no. As of what we know, nobody is legally signed to Nicki Minaj. Nobody. Okay? Nobody. Now, she could potentially have artists in the background that's just not doing nothing yet that we don't know about. But yeah, in terms of who's releasing music, nobody, because nothing says heavy on it. So let's go to Instagram. I want to take you to, let's go to Big B's. I don't even know. Big. And that's my thing. Here it is. If nobody's signed, then what the hell is here? What is Patty doing? Who's supposed to be the A&R at the label? What are they doing? Big B's, what is he doing? So I follow Big B's closely because clearly this is one of Nicki's closest associates. This is one of her best friends that she keeps very close. Security, he'll be holding her bags, all of that stuff. So, he's always everywhere. Well, not always everywhere, but, I just follow him very, very closely. And he's very, very much a father. Very, very much involved in his father's life, very, very much a girl dad. That's what the most that he posts about, but he also posts about an artist. And so this artist is called Paris Bryant. And you can see here his management is the real Big B's, who is Nicki's, best friend. And so when I look at Big B's, he ain't posted shit today. But usually when he posted shit, like he posted his artists, he posted his music. He says, yo, he says Paris, the guy name is Paris Bryant. So he says, yo, Bees, next nigga hit me with the little bro shit is up. B says, big PB, big Paris Bryant, you good, bro. They know what's up with you, my boy. Let's go feel away out loud out now. All DJs go to that DJ pool and get that dirty and clean ASAP. So Big Bees is promoting Paris Bryant. This is his artist. This is who he managed. He moved with him like he moved with Nicki or whatever. So it's real interesting because like I just wonder, like, is this an artist that he is gonna bring to Nicki? If Nicki's close friend is managing an artist that he's pushing, this artist has 38.1. Now he been around. And now this artist, he used to be affiliated with I don't know. Yeah, he used to be affiliated with Cinematic Music Group. Johnny Shipes, y'all don't really know who that is, but it's another independent hip hop label that's based in New York City, that's based in Brooklyn. And so I don't think that he's still signed there or whatever. But yeah, it seems like he's independent. But I saw Big B's posted up with Shipes, with the owner of that label or whatever. I think they just know each other from just like, back in the day and shit like that and just being affiliated. But yeah, Bees is pushing, or D Biggs is really his name. He's pushing Paris Bryant real hard. And I just wonder if this is going to be a future artist that Nicki, signs. Because it would only make sense if he's already being managed by whatever, just keep him in the family, build this artist up on your own or whatever, do what you could do until Nicki really ready. That's what it's given for me. But once again, I don't know shit for sure. I just be snooping around and watching people. So, what y'all think? Nothing? Okay. So, I think, okay, I'm not gonna read that. Have y'all ever seen any of them wearing a heavy on it chain? No, I haven't seen. Now we did see Nicki buy the heavy on it chains. Let's go to Patty Duke. What's his shit again? Patty. Here. Now I actually have A&R Heavy on It Records. Okay, so if you want to submit your music or any beats, send it to him. He's responsible for looking for artists for the label. Okay, so what the hell are they doing over there? They're probably, resting, like they've been on the road the whole year, and that's totally fine. But like that's my point in terms of heavy on it. Like, what is he doing in terms of heavy on it? Like, what is going on over there? Because it seems like it's not much. So what's going on? But everybody might be on break or whatever the fuck. Nobody really posted right now, so I don't know. But yeah. All right, seems like nobody has any questions. All right, well, that's really all I had to say tonight. Actually, yeah, that's really all I had to say. But heavy on it. um, what time is it? All right, let's do some snooping. Oh, I want to go to HEATS Daily Double, actually. I was going to go on Music Business Worldwide because this is like, a good site to understand like what's going on in the music industry right now. But I want to go to HEATS. I got to be on HEATS Daily Double or whatever because that's where the T be. HEATS Daily Double. And they also predict, I think, the albums. Yeah. They predict the albums chart. Well, I think so. I don't know for sure. So Rumor Mill. Let's see what are the rumors in the industry right now. Chart, final, sales department, Taylor Swift. Ugh, we don't care. Judges uphold law mandating TikTok. So right now, TikTok is about to be banned as of January 19th, 2025. But I think by that time, Trump should be in office, and people think that he is going to, like what's it called? Like, he just gonna reverse that. He gonna make TikTok stay. Spotify's year end when Nicki draws influencers. Nothing interesting. But everybody on vacation, like literally, it's literally nothing interesting going on. Nothing interesting going on. Nothing interesting to talk about. Like, you really be serving us tea. I be trying, child, and they be dragging me, child. And it's really not to like expose Nicki or anything, but it's just like really interesting. Like, I'm always interested in what's actually going on. Kendrick says, but some people got the nerve to say that Nicki ain't promoting her heavy on the artist. I mean, like she's doing a little bit, but like me personally, I don't really expect the utmost, so don't, like I don't really expect Nicki to do the most right now because, like I said, like I didn't have to do all of that work to know that they're not legally signed. So me knowing that, I'm not gonna expect big budgets, so I don't expect the utmost, but it's just like, wait, Money Long confirmed she's singing on Chris Brown's Wet the Bed. What? Let's see this.
Story time, y'all. At least once a month I get asked, is that really you singing it?
Now, why she gotta do this over the music? Because, they about to copyright me for this.
On the background.
I tuned out, but let me save this because, yeah, hold on. What was that?
So,
cultural phenomenon. I Spy. Should I talk about her real quick? But I wanted to say something regarding, like the label shit. Yeah, I wouldn't expect the utmost. Here's the thing. Like, I think like the only thing I expect from Nicki, like if your artist, sorry, if your artist is releasing music, I do expect you to know about it. Like I like, like just basic shit, like just know about the music, like know about the project, giving your feedback. Giving feedback in front of fans is dope as well, but like you could tell the type of feedback you give, it like that should have been done before, like that musical feedback, you should have been did that, like especially if y'all been working together for Nicki and Tate have been working together going on at least 5 years at this point. If he was working with Nicki on Fractions, that came out in 2021. That means that they were working together before that. They've met before that. So y'all been working together for 5 years. That means that they have gotten to know each other a lot, spent a lot of time in the studio, sending music back and forth. So I would just really hope that Nicki would know what Tate is working on. Just basic shit like that. I would really hope. Yes, she sung on Wet the Bed. Okay. And that's, I would just really want her to know like what her artists are doing at a most basic level. But I think that Nicki knows that she moved too fast in announcing the label, and because it really does suck how like she announced this label and everybody that she announced, like nobody is legally signed. But here's the good part about it. And I think I'm gonna have to refresh on playback because I don't know if I'm not seeing y'all comments. But the good thing about it is that I forgot what I was gonna say. But why I did forgot what I was gonna say. Let me go back and read the comment. She the one that was yelling, yes, 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 yes. Go on the neighborhood talk. But I just we hope that in 2025 that is about Nicki doing too much, right? Yeah, Nicki be announcing shit way too prematurely. And here's the thing, here's the thing. Nicki in a space in her career where like I don't, we talking business, so everybody stay out your feelings. Nicki is trying to catch up to that of Jay-Z, right? She's trying to get on Jay-Z level in terms of being a mogul, which is why she's a little bit more aggressive these days about her goals when it comes to sales. I think when the PinkPrint anniversary was released, she was really making it clear, like, oh, like let's get to 5,000 sales or something like that, like in the past couple of weeks. And we know that we are a selling fan base, but Nicki has never been that upfront and that direct about how much sales she wants and stuff like that. And it signifies some other things, but I'm illustrating the points to where like Nicki is very, very, very focused on her businesses when it comes to music, but also when it comes to like Pink Friday Nails and the sneakers and Doechii. She did a lot of promotion for that this year. And even before we even got into that, we were on her website and we were looking at like all of the things, all of the merch collections that she released this year. And some people, some barbs would say, "Yo, Nicki really used this era as a cash grab era." And at first I was like, but then I was like, you know what? Like, you may have a point there. And when you look at the amount of collections in terms of merch that Nicki has released this year alone, look at this. Pink Friday 2 World Tour. Let's even count Pink Friday 2, right? Pink Friday 2 when the album released. This is the merch just for the album. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 merch collections within, and the album not even a year old yet. Yo, how much money did you personally, if you say you a real barb and you all how much money have you spent on merch? Okay? Now, I'm not saying that this is a bad thing at all. This is a dope thing, right? Like it really be like, it really means like, yo, like Nicki's on point with the label when it comes to merch, when it comes to even like all the offerings and designs. Like, I think that she did a great job with what she offered in terms of like having a dish. Like, nobody ever expected that. Like having a lighter. Like, I think some of these items are really cool. Like having a luggage trunk, $150, bitch. My shit about to be here at the early next week or whatever. I've bought the most expensive merch items from Nicki this year alone. And so 6 collections in 1 year, that is a lot. In the era where like so many artists are dropping projects, so many artists are going on tour. We talk about it when Beyonce does it. She puts out way too much shit for her fans to buy. And then tour tickets. We was buying tour tickets, we was buying hotels, we was buying flights to go see Nicki on tour. All of this merch, if you was really buying merch, if you bought nails, if like, so it's definitely giving cash grab. Okay, but it's dope though. It's dope, and it signifies that Nicki is on her business shit. But you know how much money you spent this era, bitch. And if you ain't spent shit, then don't be in my comment section, bitch. All right, don't be pocket watching and say who really, who not, bitch. If you ain't spending what I was spending, all right. And that's not even to prop myself up, but you bitches need to pipe the fuck down. All right, pipe the fuck down, bitch. Because you see my cart right here, ho. I shop on screen. The fuck. So yeah, like Nicki did her shit. Nicki on her shit, and she about to turn up even more next year. And this is the thing. Now she has to go and develop the label side. Like, she needs to develop her label shit because she's trying to get on her vocal shit or whatever. So expect that. Expect more of that. Expect a lot of aggressive, putting out music, merch drops with every release. And just expect a lot, expect a lot. And yeah, should I keep it there right now? I don't want to say like she trying to play catch up, but she is. And like I don't know why like barbs be getting any feelings about it, but it's like and this is the thing, yo. I wanted to go through this. Like, I really wanted to like play the thing that Joe Budden said last week about saying like Young Money is in there is like they chasing checks, because I literally just laid it out to you, and it's no shade. Like, Joe, let's see, Joe Budden checks, because that was a whole like 10-minute shit, and a lot of and that's the thing, it's like a lot of this shit really go over y'all head, okay? And that's how you know that y'all don't understand what's being talked about. Y'all don't get it. Like, for real, y'all don't get it.
I'm fixated on.
Why can't I find this fucking clip, bro? Well, Miami, Turk. Here. No. That's not what. Joe Budden. Let me just search. Nicki. You see how hard it is? Oh my God. It keeps showing me the same shit. And I know it's not it. I'm taking my time right now, child. It's Saturday. So shout out to you for being here right now. Hopefully you're not in a rush. All right, I can't find it. But you know what? I might even just, you know what, bitch. let me I'm a fuck. Okay. I'm gonna just go get it. Because it really went over a lot of y'all head, but I gotta go on my other account. But I can't show that on screen. December 3rd. High heels, one night. Oh my God. Almost there, almost there, almost there. Oh my God. Please don't tell me they deleted it. Oh, yes. Oh, I'd be so fucking hype. Oh, I'd be so hype. Okay. Period. Hey.
I've been home having a blast with this. A lot. That happens in content a lot.
Hold on.
Michael Jackson, no, you Michael Jackson, no, you Michael Jackson, no, you Michael Jackson. This is all we seen.
So to put it in context, this is right after Drake files his lawsuit against Universal, and yeah.
With Michael Jackson, and then the people that made it out. That very short list. You know how, like, in street world, it's...
So pay attention to what Joe is saying. Pay attention to how he says the people that made it out, okay? I'm going to refresh my screen, so I'm going to disappear real quick and come right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm back. I just wanted to make sure that I was seeing like everything. All right. Can y'all see? All right, let's keep going. So once again, pay attention. Joe Budden is talking about artists who have made it out of the major label system after dominating. Exactly. So we're talking about big business right now. We're talking about shit that a lot of artists cannot relate to. We're talking about the top of the top, highest level executives, highest level artists, the top of the top rooms that nobody can get in. Drake struggling to get in, which is why he even filing this lawsuit. All right. So a lot of y'all can't relate. Sorry, Nicki, you got to sit this one out because you ain't get there yet. So I think like, they're saying that, Jay-Z probably had advantage because even though he came in as a boss, and that's the difference between like Nicki, Drake, and let's just keep it on there because we're talking about them. But let's just like, Jay-Z came in the game with Rockefeller. He didn't come in as an artist and then sign to Def Jam and then develop his label. He came in, he signed himself, showed them that it could work, and then he went to the label. So he came in as a boss, right? Drake didn't come in as a boss. Nicki didn't come in as a boss. They just trying to get in that boss lane right now. So what they're saying is that because Jay-Z came in as a boss, he had an advantage. It's true, right? Drake and Nicki, they don't have that advantage, so they got to work harder. They got to prove themselves more because Jay-Z proved himself before he got in the building. All right?
Somebody who's not in the industry. What was the step that Hov...
And that's why Jay-Z probably could get up there, because not only is he trying to get out the building and start his own, but Jay-Z know that, like, in order to really play the game, you can't be like so pro-black that you only build your shit on black shit. If you really want to get to that level while owning your shit, you definitely gonna have to do business with the white folk, and you have to make it incentivized for them to keep them, to be able to stay in them rooms, to stay making deals with the NFL, to stay in them high levels. You got to make it worthwhile. So yeah, he had his shit with Tidal, doing his black-owned shit, partnering with the NFL, still putting money in their pocket, still putting the culture in their pocket, right? And that's what y'all have to understand, because too many barbs was in their feelings when this clip came out. It was too many of y'all in y'all feelings, and that's how I know that y'all don't understand what he's saying. This has nothing to do with, oh, Joe's flip-floppy, he's switching sides, or this is a business conversation, and only the top of the top can relate and understand. So if you don't understand what he's saying, or if you don't agree what he's saying, that's totally fine. But a lot of y'all hoes need to get out y'all feelings, because y'all just look like mad like toddlers and kindergartners on the timeline, and it's honestly fucking embarrassing that Barb's cannot have a business conversation. Okay? And you got to take your feelings out of business. So only a couple artists, only Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Drake can really have this conversation. And right there, you got to create your leverage outside of music. And that's why, Drake is, and I saw a good tweet from that Brian person who said that UMG needs Drake more than Drake needs UMG. The label needs Drake more than Drake needs the label, because Drake could do what he do by himself. But the label, they gonna want that revenue stream from Drake coming in. Like, come on, that is good business. So sometimes it's hard to be like, so it's like I would have, because I was about to say, like, that's why UMG got Drake by his balls right now, because very excellent points here that you cannot let go over your head. Joe thinks, and this could be relative, because like it doesn't have to be the goal, but what Joe is saying is that, like, a lot of artists think that they've made it once they get signed. Oh my God, I got signed. I got $1 million. Like, oh my God, I'm about to go up. And yeah, like, like you do go up. But remember, you got to pay that money back. And you're going to grow as an artist, like Drake and Nicki have grown as artists, and like Kanye and Rihanna has grown as artists. And not only as artists, but their brand, right? Kanye and Rihanna grew, and Tove, grew so much that they found the exit, that they found out that they were worth more. I'm not saying that everything got to do with money, but in whatever the way, they felt like they were worth more, or they could do better, or they just didn't want to be held by the shackles of the major label system. It don't matter how big you are, how much you selling. At the end of the day, if you got to report to the label, you got to report to the label. That's why we see Drake moving out. He moved. Like, he the biggest, he all of this, but he still got to report to UMG, right? But Kanye, he don't want that anymore. He don't want that. He want to be his own boss. And so he left Def Jam, did whatever he had to do, and he got out of there. Rihanna, same thing. She put out her best album, highest selling. No bitches is beating her. Beyonce not beating her either, or at all, and she ain't coming back, y'all, because Rihanna found the way out. Kanye found the way out. They found how to be powerful, but to not be owned. And what Joe is saying is that Nicki, Drake, and Wayne, they're still on that level of being owned. So when we talk about big business, it's only but so far you can go. You still a worker. Nicki trying to catch up with our label. She trying to build that leverage that Drake built, that Jay-Z built as well. And that's what he meant about chasing checks. Young Money is still in that phase of chasing checks. Even Wayne got his label and he's still in the system. Well, once again, Birdman fucked him over, but that's the point, is that y'all didn't find the exit. Y'all didn't make it out. This is still y'all way to get y'all bread and butter. So when we talk about X, Y, and Z, only a couple people could have this conversation. So Young Money, okay, cool. Y'all is bosses in y'all own right, but y'all need to step it up a couple notches if we want to talk about who own what, and who do da 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 da. know your dumbass is gonna copyright me for playing this shit, but whatever, child. I'm on your side, nigga. All right. So yeah, let's get. I love that. I absolutely loved that conversation. I loved that clip because that was just a great example of what is really going on right now in the industry and why certain people can speak and certain people can't, and why certain people can fight and why certain people can't. Because this really levels to this shit, you know. And Nicki is great, and I get so excited. I get so excited about this. I get so fucking excited about this because this is like, oh, it's just like, you know, like, don't let this shit go over your head. Like, it might go over your head, but it's just like, yo, you know, like, anyway. So why I had to bring it up, and it's like, this is how y'all, Barbs, y'all really just like, y'all really need to just shut the fuck up, you know, like. If shit go over your head, just shut the fuck up, because y'all end up like making Nicki look bad in the long run. Like, just shut up, you know. Like, it's like him, Joe Budden exposing that like alone, like just shut up because it's facts. You can't argue with what he said because it's facts. So I'ma just be quiet because I'ma just stay in my lane, bitch. This is above my pay grade, okay? I'm speaking as Nicki Minaj, okay? Like, so Barbs, shut the fuck up, okay? If you don't understand what he's saying, you know, like if you, I don't know how you could really disagree with that because it's dead ass just facts. But so it's like I really don't know why people are mad. Or were mad. But what I wanted to say, this is why Barbs don't get it. And honestly, this is why we are stuck at the level where we're at, where it's like Nicki, she's like in this mid-level where it's like she is the number one and the best in her game. So she's number one on that mountain, right? But there's a higher mountain, a mountain that's way higher than that one that she's the top on. And the top mountain is where the Lucian Grange, where you, the CEO of Universal Music, sits, and that mountain, Drake is climbing that mountain right there, right? Rihanna, Kanye, and Hove all climbed that mountain, but they all climbed down and got off of the mountain. Nicki and Drake, they still climbing up the mountain, right? And so here's the issue with the Barbs, and honestly, where Nicki is. This whole year, we've spent so much countless hours on Station Head talking about other women, talking about other female rappers and what they're doing and what they're not doing, and clowning every bitch for their sales or whatever. Some of it deserves, some of it is tired or whatever. But it's like, this is why Barbs don't get it. And this is why what I be saying, like, yo, like, Nicki, stop looking down at these bitches. You have way more competition at the top that you need to go and conquer. And she know that. All right. So every time she tell you, oh, I need 5,000 sales, I need everybody buying Doechii, I need everybody buying Friday nails, she trying to compete with them at the top. But we spend the most time talking about the bitches below you. Why? There's so much more work that has to be done. And y'all Barbs stood up here and dragging people every week when, bitch, you on the bottom. We on the top of this mountain, but we want to get to the top of the other one. You see Drake and Kanye and JC, they got out. And I'm not saying like Joe is saying that like the pinnacle is getting out of the system. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Every artist has different goals. We already know that Nicki says she like being signed. So that's fine. So I'm not saying that it should be your goal to get out. I'm not saying that, because every artist should do what's best for them. But what I am saying is that you bitches is looking at the wrong direction. You bitches is stay looking down at the female rappers when you need to be looking up at Kanye, Rihanna, and Jay-Z. That's the competition. That's the competition. Y'all stay dragging these bitches. Who gives a fuck? They still not selling and they not gonna sell. And y'all still focus on them. Meanwhile, we got all of this work up here. And Nicki, you need to stay focused as well. Why are we talking about these girls? Why are we worrying about these girls when we have mad work to do? And that's what Joe laid out. So after hearing that clip, I don't know how you could be like, oh my God, I hate Megan Thee Stallion. I hate Cardi B. Bitch, we have bigger issues to fry. We got bigger fish to fry, bitch. And they're all older white men sitting in suits, bitch. And let's look some shit up right now, bitch. Let me show you some shit right now. Lucian Grange CEO salary. That's a lie. Oh my God, here it is. Here's the truth. Lucian Grange, the CEO of Universal Music Group, he makes, just to fucking clock in every day and sit at his goddamn desk, he makes $128 million. These executives is making $128 million. But let me ask you this. What did Nicki make on her tour again? Oh, it was 108 million? Right. Okay, you do the math. All right? I'm just saying. Now, I'm going to go through your comments. Has any of these podcasters spoke on Jay-Z failed cannabis company? I don't know. Jay-Z fucked over many people. People are just scared to speak up. It's only a handful that'll say something. Facts. I don't think he's switching sides. Joe treads lightly when it comes to certain artists, though. He does. He does. And, I've called him out about that, And but yeah, I think that Joe is just speaking facts for real. And let's talk about that real quick, and then I'm a dead get off of here. But I don't think that we will ever see a Nicki and Joe interview ever again. And I'm not even talking about just these comments, but just that his lack of if I was Nicki, I would not feel safe talking to Jay-Z about my real issue. I mean, sorry, talking to Joe Budden about my real issues regarding the industry, even though they've had great conversations and they said, yeah, we should do X, Y, and Z. But when I heard Joe say, oh, like, we don't do no Hove slander over here, it's like, well, what you, for whatever reason, you don't want to critique Jay-Z. If we can't do that, then we can't have a conversation. So I don't see Joe and Nicki having a conversation for real on camera ever again. Because for what? You know, Nicki ain't a dumb cookie either. Her journey shows that on top of being sabotaging her career, okay? And if you get there and use your power to suppress and step on other artists, you ain't really rich. Don't let that go over your head. I guess certain people are blocked from entering doors. Unfortunately, it may be too late for Nicki or Drake. Yeah, I don't know if it's too late for Drake, but it's definitely going to be an uphill battle for Nicki, because if she's having all of these issues just getting an artist to sign, you see them issues that Drake going on up there. If we can't get to the first step, and Nicki's about to turn 42 tomorrow, like, how long do you want to be chasing artists all over the world? It's time for you to sit down. It's time for you to really think about what your exit plan is. And and like, Nicki's probably doing that, but she's also like, yeah, another album, another tour. And that's another thing that the Barbs had gotten confused. And yes, you could be chasing checks and going on tours and all of that stuff. That doesn't mean like, oh, you chasing checks or you broke or you on a lower level. Nah, it don't mean that. But what I've been telling y'all, those of y'all who've been with me, like on Station Head over this whole year, I've been talking about, yo, like, Nicki should have been did this shit so that, like, when I say this shit, I mean like aggressive touring and aggressive album dropping. She should have been did that in the past 10 years or so that now she could, like, okay, yeah, maybe I'll do a one more tour and one more album. But it seemed like Nicki's in a place where, like, she knows she is at the end, but she kind of want to ramp it up at the same time. And it's a real kind of confusing place to be in. And I think that sometimes that's why she's all over the place, because she's not satisfied. Nicki's not satisfied with what she's accomplished. And I think that Nicki has way more earning potential. I've said Nicki needs to drop 3 more albums. She needs to do at least 2 more tours, because I feel like Nicki lost out on so much time. We had to wait for 5 years, from the PinkPrint to Queen, and then from Queen to Pink Friday 2. That's 10 years of you not touring. You 108 million, you could have been made 300 million if you wasn't sitting down for the past 10 years. Now, yeah, she did some touring, she put out some albums, she had a baby, we had a pandemic, she lost some family members, but goddamn, when you really look at that time, and that's what I was saying, like, yo, we could have used those 10 years for heavy touring, so that now you could have been like, yeah, Pink Friday 2, woo, I could really sit down now, maybe one more album or one more tour, and maybe have my label going. But now it's like, we at the beginning of everything, and we gotta ramp up everything, and we gotta drop another tour and go and do another album, and then now I gotta build this label up, and then I got Pink Friday Nails, and then I got Doechii. It's like, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. So that's just my personal take or whatever. But yeah, all right. That's it. Abiomi says since she became mom, she probably will feel like she need or want more, and I don't blame her, because Nicki has, when I say Nicki has so much earning potential, that's not a drag. I mean, like, no, like, yo, like, Nicki did amazing in the streaming era with Pink Friday 2. Imagine if she dropped 3 more albums, because most of her albums was released in the pure sales era, right? So it's just like, yo, drop like 3 more, boom, then retire, like. And it ain't nothing, because you got the music, so it's just like, yeah. Anyway, y'all, this was a dope conversation. I'm so happy that we got to have it. I'm so happy that we, got here and stuff like that. Barb's worried about low-level trash like Cardi and Meg. That's a motherfucking fact. Thank you. So now when we move forward on this channel and we having our business conversations, yeah, I'm coming from a different perspective. We looking from a different direction. We have to look from a bird's eye view from the top of the mountain, rather than looking from the halfway point and looking at the bitches below us that's not doing anything. There's a lot more that we need to accomplish at the top. So I want to encourage you, especially if you are Barb and you love to be dragging these hoes or whatever. Go and tell your group chats everything that I said tonight. Go send them this live and tell them, yo, we focused on the wrong shit. Nicki, you focused on the wrong shit. Fuck Meg, leave these hoes alone. We don't care about themselves. We don't care about their sales, because the bitches there was flopping regardless, and they're gonna keep flopping. So it doesn't matter. All right. Later. I hope to see you guys in my next live or video. Have a great night. Let's go. I have to go get something to eat. Peace.